In the coming months, many Kiwis will be reminded that employment contracts are quietly costing them thousands of dollars in retirement savings. While the government prepares to hike Kiwisaver contribution rates, a specific type of contract which the Retirement Commission wants banned could see some workers taking a double hit to their back pockets. Well, joining me now to explain the controversy around all of this is Stuff Money Editor Damien Venuto. Kia ora, Damien.
Sam.
So the Retirement Commission actually is calling for an outright ban on these total remuneration contracts. What is the big controversy here?
Sam, it sounds like a technicality that might be buried deep within an employment contract, but what this actually comes down to is who pays for that employer contribution when it comes to your Kiwisaver contributions. Now, in a traditional contract, your employer pays that on top of your salary. With a total remuneration clause, you actually pay your own contribution. So if you have two employees that both earn $100,000, the one is actually getting $103,000, the other one is paying for their own, so their take-home pay is only $97,000. So you can see that difference playing out.
This sounds like a significant disadvantage for the people that are caught up in that. Do we know how many Kiwis are affected by it?
So this is the bit that really caught me off guard because I didn't realise how widespread the use of these clauses were. 1 in 4 Kiwi employers are using them for all their employees all the time. A further 1 in 5 are using them some of the time. So you're looking at up to 1 in 2 New Zealand employers using total remuneration clauses at some point.
So if the impact is that large, why aren't people negotiating their way out of these clauses?
Well, it comes down to bargaining power, right? When you come into contract negotiations, the idea is that you have a meeting of the minds between the employer and the employee. If you're a worker competing with 17 other workers who are all applying for the same job, how much bargaining power do you really have? So quite often, it's set by the employer. If you don't want it, you can find another job, essentially. So the bargaining power only really applies if you're at that executive or senior level where you have the power to say, no, I'm not really happy with this.
What can be done legally about this if you've already got one of these contracts? Are you just stuck with it?
Well, I've spoken to a legal expert on that, and there's very little you can do beyond going to your employer and saying that you want that clause changed, but then they would have to agree to it. If they don't agree to it, you're stuck with it and you'd have to find a different job. The one exception is that anyone on a minimum wage, they have a right to fight for those contributions on top of their salary, because there was a Court of Appeal decision that decided that it's not fair to have people on minimum wage paying their own Kiwisaver contributions. So that group of individuals, they have the power to make a change if they want to.
Okay, so what is the best way to handle all of this now?
Read your contract carefully. Ask specifically if they are paying the contributions on top of your salary or if you are going to have to pay for your own contributions, and then make an informed decision about whether you want to work for that employer.
Okay, thank you for breaking that down for us. Stuff Money Editor Damien Venuto. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Sam.